Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. I hope everyone is doing great today. Thanks for being here on this channel. I want to take the time to give the thanks and recognition for those who are consistently being on this channel and not only being here consistently, but also um, supporting the channel by sharing it with others. Because there are people out there today who needs to hear this message. They need to be uplifted. They need to be motivated and know that they're not the only ones who have been going through grief and sadness and all the emotions affiliated with the grief, that others have been going through that as well, and others have felt some of the pain that they are feeling from the loss of loved ones, and that there are other people out there in this world that spending mostly on misery, that do care and that do support them and want to see others heal. And that's what this channel is about, love and light. Even though it's about love and light, it's also about self worth, building yourself up so that you can be better and so that you can rid yourself of negativity and things that are not going to enhance your life. Because if it's not enhancing your life, it's adding negativity to it. And this is what we talk about on this channel, some of the things to look for. Now, as I always say, I'm not a therapist at all. I do have a degree, but not in therapy or social work, etc. What this is about and why this channel exists is because a lot of things that people go through when it comes to grief and the emotions and situations. I have gone through all of it. Like I said, for those who are new here, during the shutdown, I lost 10 people, plus my dog, during the 2020 shutdown. And I went through something that's called the dark night of the soul. Now, what that means is the worst hell that you can go through. And I've learned things from that because God was trying to show me something. And, it's like I describe it using metaphors, being down, right? It's like, being down on all fours and you don't know, you're suffering, you're hurting, you're in pain. And then someone comes along and they want to knock you completely down. And that's what I was seeing in my life, that I had those around me who were not supporting my healing process, who was not helping me to heal, who was not giving me advice on doing the work to get better. I had certain people, not everyone, but many people around me who wanted to see me fail, who wanted me to see me down and hurting. And as I saw that, and as I started to get the help through therapy, that's why I always encourage you guys, whatever area or state you live in and you're watching this channel, I encourage you to Google a therapist in your area and try out a few and see which one that you vibe with, that is going to help you so that you can grow and get better. And one of the things I had to learn, because I'm still doing the work, still doing therapy, none of us are perfect. We all have flaws. And, and it's okay as long as we stay on the path to healing to get better, because our mental and physical health takes a toll because of grief of losing lost ones. And let me tell you, it took a toll on my health, physical and mental, losing 10 people at one time. I had people in my life telling me, well, we're all going to die one day. But and it's not the right thing to say to someone who's grieving, especially when you lost 10 people, like a domino effect, one, and all at one time. It's not okay to say that to someone. And if you really don't know what to say, just give that person your condolences and tell them if they need for someone to listen, be there to listen to them, because that person is already in enough pain. And I couldn't understand why there were others around me who wanted to see me fall. I don't go out plotting on people, trying to hurt people, trying to set people up for failure. I've never been that type of person, but I've had people like that around me. And, as I stay in prayer with God and I asked Him to show me, and as I drew closer to Him, He started showing me, because people will show you who they are. Believe them. When they show you who they are, believe it. And I was making excuses for people and saying, well, this is not so bad. Oh, they're having a difficult time, etc., and so forth. No, when people show you who they are, and I'm not talking about some argument or etc., but they truly show you who they are, believe them the first time, because it's going to continue and get worse and worse. And in my case, and I started to learn that during the shutdown, these people don't care about me. These people are not my friends. They're just leeches. Seeing, because I'm generous by nature, and I will help you and I will build you up. But when someone is out to take advantage, to see what they can get or do or whatever, use me in any sort, I start to pray, and then God will show me, and I move those people out of my life. Because, like I said, when people show you something, believe it. Because it's a sign. And all in each of us have intuitions, and our intuition will go off like a fire, like a fire engine, showing us, telling us there's a problem here, there's something wrong. And sometimes some of us will ignore our intuition, and that's what I was doing, because I was busy making excuses for people, giving them the benefit of the doubt, even when they were doing horrific stuff towards me. And God said to me, no, this is not it. In therapy, I learned, no, this is not it. And my therapist will pose a lot of things to me in question form, so that I can think analytically about what's going on here. I'm a Virgo, so I'm already analytically, but I also try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But when they're doing horrific things against me and I'm already hurting, and I started to ask myself why. And when I look back, I didn't do any things to these people. I didn't plot on them. I was there when they needed me, even sometimes in the middle of the night, listening to their situations and trying to help them find solutions when I have to get up and go to work in the morning. So I had to cut off, block, and delete. But what I learned through therapy, before I cut them off, before I block, is to have that conversation as to why I'm cutting off. And then people didn't want to listen. They didn't want to believe me, because they believe that I should be acting out of character a certain way, getting loud and crazy, and etc. Those things I don't do, because those things will put me in low vibrational energy. And as a child of God and someone who's here to build up, I'm not perfect. I have my moments, because I'm human just like everybody else. But I am truly about building up and helping. So I'm not going to allow myself to be in low vibrational energy outside, fighting and arguing and stuff like that. I am not involved with that. I will cut off, block, and delete before I allow myself to be in that energy, because it brings negativity to my life. And I'm trying to build up my life. And so this is why I'm talking about the path of healing today. And one of the things that I've learned to the path of healing is how to self-love me, not to be in love with myself, people, but or narcissistic behavior, none of that, but to love myself. Because if I can't love me, what can I give to anybody else? I can't even do this platform if I don't love on me. And that's what I had to learn through, as I did the work, and as I continue to do the work, and as I heal. And then once you love yourself, then you know your self-worth. And that means you're not going to continue to allow yourself to tolerate low vibrational hate behavior from other people. And they are directing that energy towards you. And it took me a long time to learn this, because I was busy making excuses for people. I am still in the energy of being generous and helping authentically. But when I get that, we all have intuition that someone is trying to use me, trying to plot or do something, I immediately have that conversation cut off and then be done. Because this is not why I'm being generous and help, is to uplift people. Because people, we all need each other, we need help, and we should be acting out of a place of love, not greed, not selfishness, not seeing what we can get. And those are the type of people, individuals that I had in my life, people who, like I said in my last video, who didn't want to work, didn't want to take care of themselves. They're looking for someone to take care of them, so they're looking to leech off of someone, to take. And I'm not in that energy. I have healed those things in my life. I've never been in an energy for somebody to take care of me, but I would make excuses for those who were in that energy. And now what I do, cut off, block, and delete, because that is like someone trying to leech off your energy, your good energy, so that they can take. So I removed those things from my life, and it wasn't easy. I was in a lot of pain as I talked to my therapist about some of these things that they didn't know that I know, because they think I'm naive, and there's nothing naive about me. Like I said, making excuses for people, which I no longer do. I will give somebody a chance, and maybe there's a misunderstanding to talk about it. But when I find out it's not, I'm removing that person from my life. And that door is closed permanently, because this is about lifting up and helping. Anything that doesn't lift up, motivate, or enhance your life, then it's toxic, low vibrational stuff. And some people will not heal. Many of us will, but some others will not heal. They will stay in that energy, because it's a lot of work to heal. It means that you have to take the time to look in a mirror and heal childhood wounds, things that may have shell shocked you as a child, and that you never spoke about or never took the opportunity to get the help to heal these things. And it's okay to get help. We are all human, and we all make mistakes, and none of us are perfect, including myself. And we need to heal things in order to grow, so that we can be the best that we can be. And then we can pay it forward and help other people. And this is why we need to stay on this path to healing, so that we can grow and not continue to allow ourselves to be in toxic situations, or to be toxic ourselves. If an existing situation is not uplifting or enhancing your life, it is toxic. And not only is it toxic, it is not good for your physical and mental health. And when people are trying to keep you in low vibrational energy, sometimes they want to control what you do, what you say, where you go. They want to play God in your life. And I had to learn that and cut off. God is God. No one has a right to tell you what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, etc., and so forth. That comes from God Himself. And sometimes people, and I notice for myself, I only can speak for myself here, is that religious factors was always a play in my life, meaning people who are religious, extremely religious, and they wanted to come and tell me I should be doing A, B, C, and D, and I'm very spiritual. I believe in God. I have a relationship with God, and then God answers my prayers as I grow closer to Him. I draw my strength from that, and I don't follow people. I used to be in that place, but I don't. I listen to my intuition, I go into prayer, and when I get answers, I follow through, and I try to stay in a place of humility, which is important to me, and I had to learn that I had to let certain people go. There was someone who I was talking to, recently, and we were talking, a woman I was talking to about myself being spiritual and not religious. And she was feeling some kind of way about that. Listen, I have a relationship with God. You can think whatever you want, you can believe whatever you want, that's on you. But I know the relationship I have with God. Another human being can't tell me what my relationship is with God. And that's where I had to stop and say, listen, when you are not doing anything to uplift, when you are judging other people, and if it's not uplifting them and motivating them and enhancing their life, then it's toxic. No matter how you try to, um, you know, say these things, it's like putting your foot in a shoe that doesn't fit. No matter what you do to your foot to put yourself in that shoe, it's never going to fit. And when people come and try to judge other people and tell them they need to be doing A, B, C, and D. That is not uplifting. There are people out there who have mental health issues, who are dealing with depression and pain from childhood wounds, from losing loved ones, etc. They need to be uplifted, and they need to do the work to heal, self-love, because you can do all these other things, but if you don't heal those wounds, they will come back. And it's important to heal so that you can feel better. When we do better and we know better, when we know better, we do better. Because all this, controlling factors, these control things that people do doesn't work. And it doesn't make anybody feel good. I noticed with social media too is a place where people have a lot of conversations and things. Social media sometimes, it can be good because you see funny um, things that people post on there, but sometimes people are on there gossiping about other people and saying things that are not uplifting. So I'm on there, but I use it more to say, how's everybody day going, to see how everybody is doing. And then I might post something about something I'm doing, like I post something about how hot it was and I didn't want to put my AC in the window and things like that. And I talk about things like that. I'm not in a place of gossiping and trying to hurt someone and all of that, because those things will put you and keep you in low vibrational energy. I'm in a place of helping people who truly want to be helped. And one of the things I had to learn, and I'm still learning as I do the work of healing and I talk to my therapist, when I drive, like I had my last class I was taking, um, a financial planning class, and last was the last class. And as I was driving home, and someone cut me off, very close to my car, and I'm just let them go. Just let the person go, because they were actually, when you're going around a rotary and they were actually trying to come into my lane, just let them go and slow down, let them go. The old me would be, are you kidding me? And trying to, let my ego do the talking. But that could have caused an accident, etc. I don't do that anymore. Just let them go. Let it be. And I do that. I try to practice that within every area of my life. And for example, I don't make impulsive decisions as I did. Oh, whether it's a relationship or a friendship, whatever. When someone brings something to me, I have to ponder over it, think about it, and see what I'm going to do. Even with relationships, someone wanted to, go out or whatever. I'll go out with you as a friend. And then I said to myself, I'm not interested in doing that right now. And especially not with this person, because I said anything I do, I have to take my time. And the person in question, because I don't give too much details about the person or situation, but I'm saying these things because it might ring a bell and help somebody else. I just said, I need to take my time with whatever I do, whether it's a business decision, a relationship, friendship, going away, etc. I take my time and ponder over it. And when I said that, that person felt some kind of way. And I said, bingo, that's a sign I don't want to do this at all. Because if a person feels some kind of way because you want to take your time about a particular decision, whether it's a romantic or a business or whatever, then that's a sign to me not to do it. Let it go. Because I used to be impulsive with certain things. I don't do that anymore. Because as I heal and I self love and do the work, and the work is not easy, people. It's hard. It's hard as hell. I'm going to tell you, it is. I've been working on myself for quite some time. I'm getting better, but I'm still doing work. Nothing will be perfect. Remember, nothing ventures, nothing gain. So, the work is relevant, it's helpful, but I'm still doing the work. But one of the things I don't do anymore is make impulsive decisions. I get certain emails, certain things, I look it over, see it, and think about it. And if I don't really understand something, I ask questions, I go into prayer, asking God to give me the answer. You know, one of the things I had a hard time dealing with is when people want to see me in pain. I'm already suffering. I lost a lot, people. Let me tell you, and there's things here I won't even talk about that I've lost, that anybody, that many people would lost, they would give up. But I don't give up, because I give it to God, because God was the only one who was there helping me. And and members of the church was helping me when I was going through the worst. And that's when I decided therapy was necessary. And when people want to see the work, me down and out, I go into prayer with God. I'll do a 3-day fasting, 3-day prayer where people don't see me, because I'm in prayer with God. And then when I come back, I'm stronger than ever. And that's how I do this. And that's what keeps me afloat, you know, because God gives me the strength. God gives it to me, the power to move forward, because I would never be able to do this without Him. Not to be, because He doesn't want me to be stuck. He don't want any of us to be stuck and stagnated. But when we're not growing and we are, you know, dealing with low vibrational stuff, whether it's ourselves or from other people, nothing good is coming from it. It's stagnated. You're stuck. And when you are in pain and you're grieving, you need an outlet for that pain. And once you get that outlet and you start doing the work, then you can grow and you can heal. And as you start to heal, you start to self-love on yourself. Never let anyone tell you you shouldn't love yourself, because if you don't love you, then how do you expect anybody else to? And if you don't heal and heal the things that are traumatizing you, then how do you do better? And if you don't love or give to yourself, how can you give to anybody else? And it was a hard thing to learn, but for me it was necessary, because I was letting people take advantage of me, doing the worst and getting away with it and making excuses for them. I don't do that anymore. And it's important for me to stay in a place of healing and stay close to God, and to pay it forward to help other people, because there's people out there who are in pain, and that pain can turn into depression if we don't do the work to get help. And that depression sometimes lead people to suicidal thoughts. We don't want that. We don't want that at all, people. We want to help people to grow, because you can get through it. It's not easy. It's going to be a lot of work, but you can get through it and grow from this. I realize when someone is determined to disturb my peace, tranquility, they are operating from a place of narcissism. And what I do with narcissists is give them my silence and go into prayer, because I'm not going to stop on this path, and I am not going to give up or give in. I am determined to never allow anyone to stop me on this path or interfere with my peace. And when they try or etc., I go into prayer and I go into these fastings that I do. And when I come back, better, bigger, and better, in a better position to help other people. I also speak out my truth. When you speak out your truth on things that are deceptive and hidden, it exposes it. And then once it's exposed, it brings power to your truth and render that stuff powerless. And then that's one way to do that as well. I continue to move forward, and my strength, as I said, comes from the divine. And, helping others is so important, because people need the help. And the other thing I'm going to say is to please um, get affiliated with a bereavement support group in your area, because that's going to help, because you're going to hear stories of other people who might be going through some of the things that you're dealing with, and they might have some suggestions on how to get through it, as I do here. It's so important. And never be embarrassed or feel shame from that. We are all human. In order to grow and learn, we have to heal. And that is the message I have for you today. And what I'm doing here with the pain that I felt, instead of suppressing it, uh, healing that pain. You know, you never get over losing a loved one, but you can get through it. And then turning that pain into a purpose, a platform to help others, and turning that pain into power. And then moving forward, when I help others, then they can get better and help others and continue to pay it forward. And that's how we grow and learn. Thank you so much for being here and listening to this message today. Share it with others so that they can get the help that they need, because there's someone somewhere who's hurting within their soul and also depressed. They need this message. So not only subscribe to the channel, but like and share this with others, because it's going to uplift and build them up. Thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate your support, and thank you for the guys who are here too. I want to give recognition to you too. Thank you so much. I love you guys for being here and listening to this message. And thank you for the support again. I will be back in a day or two with more messages. Please continue to take care of yourself and your mental and physical health. And stay blessed. I will be back again. Bye for now. Thank you.